Stop pretending you're a police officer.
That driver is right. The man behind the wheel has never been a police officer, not for a single day.
Air horns only, air horns only.
Central Florida, 2019. His name is Jeremy Dewitte. He runs a company called Metro State Vehicle Protection Services. On paper, it's a funeral escort business. Legally licensed, his crew follows processions through intersections, so the line of cars can move without stopping. That's a real job. Florida law allows it. What Florida law does not allow is running full emergency sirens like a marked cruiser, ordering civilians off the road.
Go past me! Go past
me! Telling construction workers they've been outranked. Dewitte filmed every bit of it himself.
Repo, take this intersection and keep this shit under control.
His team runs call signs like a federal motorcade. Repo, Drew, ASAP, Photo. That's not standard funeral escort protocol. That's a private company operating its own command structure on a public highway. And they are moving fast. "100 miles per hour on a public interstate behind a casket."
You out of my funeral! Out of my funeral!
Dewitte does claim later in this footage that Daytona Beach PD was aware of the route. We'll get to that. But a motor unit didn't stop us, and we had authorization, are two completely different legal arguments.
So I hear what you're saying, Your Honor, but that's for them to have that body camera to download those two videos.
About 4 minutes in, one driver does something nobody in Dewitte's crew expects. He doesn't move.
Do your little Google search and figure out what we're doing and what we legally allow. Good. Then back off and give us room.
That driver is right on every point. A licensed funeral escort can request the right-of-way at an intersection. He cannot command it. He cannot stop a civilian's vehicle. He cannot threaten them. He cannot order them anywhere. The Florida statute Dewitte keeps referencing is real. He just isn't describing what it says.
Hey! Stop your vehicle!
We outrank him. That's Dewitte, talking about a road construction crew on I-95 that his convoy pushed through. A private funeral escort company does not outrank road workers. It does not outrank law enforcement. It does not outrank a single person on that highway.
They need to be in the right lane. We're turning right at the light.
Here is exactly what prosecutors are going to say about that. A Daytona Beach motor officer being aware of the route is not the same as the Daytona Beach Police Department formally authorizing it. One is a field nod from a single officer. The other is a documented legal authorization. In a courtroom, those are not interchangeable.
The body camera that I was wearing that they took away from me in Windermere for the first charge that you're telling me.
It's a funeral for the man who spent his career designing Corvettes, and a Stingray rides in the procession behind them. Somewhere buried under all the sirens and the shouting, that's a weirdly human detail. But Dewitte is not just a character. He has a documented pattern. Court records show he was first charged with impersonating police in 2001 as a teenager in a Police Explorer program. A second charge in 2003 put him in prison for roughly 2 years. This footage? This is round 3. Case 19C F15055. 2 counts of falsely impersonating an officer. He's brought before a judge on a probable cause arrest warrant.
All right, Mr. Actually, I'm going to take your word for that, okay? I'm not going to revoke your bond. I'm going to stay your bonds on the new warrants.
Then the judge moves to a second case.
That's been in evidence since Windermere arrested me.
Dewitte has a prior active case. A separate arrest he's already out on bond for. The judge is revoking that bond entirely. He starts talking immediately.
So maybe the date stamp's wrong on the camera, but that camera was taken from me.
Let's break down what's actually happening here, because it matters. Dewitte was arrested in a prior incident in Windermere, Florida. That's the first case, 19C F12733, the one he's already out on bond for. During that arrest, police seized his body camera as evidence. While that camera was sitting in an evidence locker, investigators obtained a court-issued warrant to review its contents. When they did, they found footage of two separate incidents that generated the new charges the judge is looking at right now. 19C F15055, counts 1 and 2. DeWitte's counterargument is specific. He claims those two videos were recorded on the day of the Windermere arrest, that the camera was taken from him that day and couldn't have been used to record anything afterward. If he's right, the date stamps on those charges are wrong, and there's a chain of custody problem that could invalidate the new warrants entirely. The judge is looking right now at the alleged offense dates, September 16th and September 26th. The prior arrest was September 7th. Those dates don't match DeWitte's account, but he says the camera's internal clock is wrong. It's a real legal argument, and the judge is taking it seriously enough to verify before she rules.
It's impossible for them to download and use and get the warrant to review those videos to then charge me if it was the camera they took from me in Windermere.
She offers to delay the hearing and contact his attorney. DeWitte agrees. Then he asks to say one more thing.
While I was doing a funeral escort, and those two videos these two that they're talking about now.
That's the core of what he's saying. The camera was already in evidence. The footage can't be from after his arrest if the camera was already gone. Whether he's right is ultimately a question for a different hearing. This is an arraignment. The judge has one job today.
These two charges are from the video camera they took from me and put in evidence in Windermere.
The judge doesn't address that. She goes straight to the ruling.
And that's why they issued the warrants, because they got a warrant to review the video from the body camera. Okay. And they activated two warrants off the videos from the body camera. So that camera's...
He walks out of that courtroom, and for a while, it looks like he's going to keep doing exactly what he's always done.
That old-ass fucking Stingray. When we made contact with Daytona Beach...
He's arrested again in March 2021, this time on a motorcycle, dressed as an officer carrying a weapon. That one puts him in prison for 18 months. He violates probation in November 2022. By 2024, he's facing a different set of charges entirely: insurance fraud, 20 years. The same roads, the same call signs, a badge he was never issued. We're covering the 2021 motorcycle arrest next, the one where he stopped in full uniform with a firearm. And this time there's no body camera argument to fall back on. Subscribe so you don't miss it.